My family made me their income source from the moment I turned 5. I mean that literally. My first pageant was the Little Miss Sunflower Festival in Kansas, and I remember Mom's hands pulling my hair so tight my scalp burned. She painted my face with makeup that smelled like chemicals and made my eyes water. Dad adjusted the camera angle while my older brother Adrian watched from the doorway, eating a popsicle. He was 7. He got to be 7. I got a crown that cut into my forehead and a talent portion where I had to tap dance to a song I didn't know. We drove 4 hours each way. Dad had quit his job 2 months earlier to manage my career full-time. That's what he called it. My career. At 5 years old, I won 3rd place, which meant $500 and a cheap trophy. Mom cried with relief in the parking lot. Dad immediately registered me for 3 more competitions that month. Adrian asked if we could stop for ice cream on the way home. Dad said we couldn't afford it. The irony didn't register until years later. I was standing on stages in $1,000 dresses while my brother ate generic cereal for every meal. The pageant circuit became our entire existence. Every weekend was a different city, different stage, different judges. Mom would time my smiles, make me practice my wave until my arm ached. Dad networked with other pageant parents, trading tips on photographers and spray tan brands. By age 7, I was competing nationally. The prizes got bigger, and so did the expenses. Custom gowns from designers, professional hair and makeup artists who traveled with us, coaching sessions that cost more per hour than Mom used to make in a day. Dad took out a credit card to cover the costs, then another, then a third. The logic was simple. Invest money to make money. I was the product, the investment, the family's lottery ticket. Adrian started staying home with our grandmother while we traveled. Mom said it was better that way. Really, they couldn't afford to feed an extra person on the road. Gran lived in a studio apartment and survived on Social Security. She fed Adrian pasta and canned soup while we stayed in hotel rooms near competition venues. Focus became the word they used most. Focus on your posture. Focus on your smile. Focus on winning because we couldn't afford for me to lose. The credit card debt was growing faster than my earnings. Dad started booking me for local modeling gigs between pageants, print ads for department stores, catalog shoots for children's clothing brands. I spent a Saturday pretending to enjoy a breakfast cereal I wasn't allowed to actually eat. Sugar interfered with maintaining competition weight. Mom had me on a diet by age 8. Lean protein, vegetables, carefully measured portions. I watched other kids eat birthday cake and pizza while I had carrot sticks and grilled chicken. Dad discovered child acting auditions when I was 9. Hollywood was only 6 hours away. He started driving me to Los Angeles twice a week for auditions, commercial casting calls, television pilots, bit parts in movies. I'd memorize sides in the car while Dad chain smoked and talked about our big break. I booked a national commercial for a toy company that paid $15,000. Dad immediately spent it on new headshots, casting databases, and an acting coach. The coach taught me how to cry on command by thinking about sad things. I learned to summon tears by imagining Adrian alone at Gran's apartment, eating his pasta dinner. It worked every time. The breakthrough came when I was 10. A recurring role on a family sitcom filming in Los Angeles. 3 episodes guaranteed. Possibility of becoming a series regular. The pay was $5,000 per episode. Dad gave notice at our apartment. We moved to Los Angeles into a cramped 2-bedroom in North Hollywood that cost twice what we'd paid in Kansas. Adrian and Gran came with us. Gran got the couch. Adrian got a sleeping bag in the corner. I got my own room because I needed privacy to practice lines and get proper rest before early call times. The show was terrible. A generic family comedy with canned laughter and scripts written by adults who'd never met actual children. But it was network television, and I was good at it. Good enough that they kept my character past the initial 3 episodes. By season's end, I was appearing in 12 of 22 episodes. The money felt substantial until it was divided against our expenses. Rent, food, gas, new clothes for auditions, headshots, taxes that took 30% of everything I earned. Mom got a job as a waitress, but had to quit after 6 weeks when my shooting schedule became unpredictable. Someone needed to drive me to set at 5 in the morning and pick me up 12 hours later. Adrian enrolled in public school and hated it. He'd been a good student in Kansas, but Los Angeles was different. Bigger classes, tougher kids, teachers who didn't have time for students who weren't problems. He started getting in fights. Gran would get called to the school because Mom was with me at auditions and Dad was networking. Adrian got suspended twice in the first semester. The sitcom got canceled after 2 seasons. The ratings had been declining, and the network decided to go in a different creative direction. I cried when I found out, not because I loved the show, but because I knew what it meant. Dad's face went gray when my manager called with the news, and that's when things took a turn I never expected. Full story is linked below or on my channel.